gotta rub me the right way, John.
All right.
So, how would you rub me the right way?
Live on the Bastards Council. This is episode 49.
Fuck, we're getting close, man. Is it? No, that's not 3 times 23, man.
No, it's
That's
not.
69.
No, we still got a ways to go.
Fuck, I never thought of that.
I never thought of that either. See, 69. Vin needs to be here when we say this again. 69 has 23 in it 3 times.
3 times.
All this time.
Like a threesome, 3-person. We all bring 23, 69. So if there's 2 person who is 69, what's the 3rd person doing? I like the image I'm having in my head right now.
Well, I see. At least you have the 2 people down. So that's the 2 from 23.
Yeah.
But, you want the 3rd person. So there we go.
Jesus Christ.
There's 23 everywhere.
Fuck, man. This is great.
Is there? I bet you, if you look at this beer, somehow you could find 23 letters. Maybe the name of the beer. No?
Bière de blé. Saint-Ambrose 23. Saint-Ambrose 23. 23 francs tabarnak.
There you go, 23. I was going to say something, actually. That mustache during sound check.
Yeah.
You were doing sound check, and I just couldn't stop looking at it. I think you're like the opposite of me.
What do you mean?
I got a nice big bushy beard going on, and you got the bushy mustache going. I had a bushy mustache. I had to trim it.
Yeah, I was thinking on Sunday, I'm just going to shave the mustache. So I have a little bit of beer. Fucking hold it, just to try it. Take a picture or
It's
two.
December 1st. You should have stopped it.
But I kind of like it.
So you're going to keep it? How much longer are you going to keep it?
I have until Sunday. Almost have a written contract with Rosemary yesterday about this because when I walked home, she was kind of waiting for me with a razor because she hates it. Like, she really hates it. So I told her I kind of like it, like I could just let me spend the weekend with it, because I want to shave again, just have the stash for one last time.
You know what you got to do?
What's up?
Before you shave it, like first you shave this, right?
Yeah.
So you're clean shaven, but you still have the mustache. Take a picture, a very ridiculous picture, and make that your Facebook profile.
I definitely should, man.
So then, even though you don't have the mustache, we'll all still see the mustache.
It's going to stay there, man. And I like it, but I just took a sip and I did this. This is so annoying. Every time I take a sip of coffee, because I didn't trim it, because since November 1st, so it's going over my lips. So every time I take a sip of something,
yeah.
There's some there, right? I don't know if they can notice it, but I
don't think so.
But it's fucking annoying. So I always have to wipe myself. So even if that's a bit disgusting, but if I sneeze and some snot comes out, something gets stuck in the fucking. I'm not used to this. It's extra care.
What about when you come out from the cold? Is it wet, like from condensation?
No, it was not
go
too
straight
cold.
to the car and whatever. Okay, so I have to walk to the metro, and by the time I get to the metro, or even by the time, let's say I get home from the metro to here, not today, but a few days ago when it was really cold.
Yeah.
Came home and it was like all kinds of like condensation. It's like I get home and it's like I gotta wipe, and it's annoying.
It's crazy, but people are really into beer now, right? For guys, they have like cream and oils and all that, man. It's getting pretty insane.
Well, now I have to wash. Like I never washed my beard. Okay, now I am, right, because I've never had it this thick. Actually, the most thick I've had it was over here, just on my chin, like 10 years ago. I used to use shampoo. But probably not the best thing. But now I'm actually using something, and it's good. It softens it.
How would you think if I would keep the mustache? Like, I was talking.
You'd be the only one of us.
Well,
because you have the glasses too that go with it. It's like you look. Like I said last week, you look like a vacuum salesman. You'll go door to door. Excusez-moi, madame, voulez-vous acheter?
J'ai une belle opportunité pour vous, man. But I was talking to work about this to someone today, and I was saying, like, I love that mustache. I want to keep it, and they told me why, like it's a mustache, like some guys really like it, most girls don't. And then it was a colleague, it was she, right? So she asked me why you like it. I said, I don't know, man. I think it's because I used to have long hair, so I had like from neck up, I had something that was a bit different for a guy.
Oh, right,
and people were noticing. So there's something in my face that was a bit unusual. Yeah. And I'm getting that feeling with the mustache now. Every time people look at me, they see the stash, they're looking at it like it for some reason this is something.
Yeah.
Same feeling I had when I had long hair. I kind of getting that back. I went to Jean Coutu the other day and I felt look at, you know, when I don't have a mustache now with short hair, I don't feel like I don't have that.
But you know, the mustache. It's funny because, you know, remember for a long time we're always like, oh, the mustache, that's so 80s, that's so old school, whatever. And everybody had goatees.
Yeah.
It was like the goatee was the way to have it. If you didn't have a goatee, you at least had the chin thing. Now you see somebody with just the chin thing or a goatee, and it kind of looks weird. You know what I mean? And like I was thinking about that. Like the goatee has become the new mustache. And now everybody's with beards. And somebody that is doing a mustache, now it's like, oh, he's doing the mustache. Yeah. It's still not cool yet.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's something that we don't see. It's like now it's considered so old school that now it can come back. And it's almost because beards are coming back, right?
Yeah,
like, well, sure. Beards are full. They are back,
but big time.
But like that's what it was in the 60s, right? After the 60s, we got the 70s and the 80s was the mustache era. And I'm telling you, I'll say it from now. Maybe in 10 years from now, the mustache will be back in some weird way, and I'll feel like my dad did many years ago.
Yeah, like just when I think sometimes I'm like this now,
it's
and I played it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, did you ever grow like a beard? Like just
never as much as you. Like maybe I went for, you know, sometimes you see me like I have more, but I never went more than that, you know, because I don't know. I just at one point it's like if for work maybe it doesn't look too because I don't do the neck right usually. So if I would do the neck, it would look cleaner.
Yeah.
But since it's like a full beard with no like cut or nothing, it kind of looks like bummy a little, you know.
Well, that's the. I think I think it gets to a certain length and you become attached to it. Well, it's like when you had long hair. I'm sure you may have gotten fed up of it, but it took you a while to say, I need to cut it.
Yeah, for
or maybe
sure,
you had gotten it cut because you needed to get a job, I think it was.
Well, at the time when I took the decision, a lot of things was happening in my life, right? I mean, I just bought a new house. I was moving to a new neighborhood. I was not there yet. And I had just lost my job. So I was like, there's two things. So I said, all right, I need to get a job. And I got long hair, like in mid-30s. So you know what? I'll cut my hair. That was one decision. Second decision, I was kind of thinking about it. And I didn't care. So what was the worst case scenario? I'm just going to grow them again. And third thing, I'm moving in a new neighborhood. And I didn't want to be that freak again that people will look at cutting his grass on Sunday. Like now I cut my grass. I'm just like, I don't exist. I'm in my world. Back in the days, I was wearing my Dimo Borgir t-shirt, cutting the grass, and people will look at me bad because of that. You know, like the guy with long hair.
I can't say I get that, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. I think I just don't really care, or maybe there's a part of me that's like, hey, look, like I don't know. I don't have a home with a yard. But like, I'd be like, if anybody is looking at me, I can be like, hey, look, not all of us with long hair are, you know, irresponsible.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I would probably look at it that way, but at the same time, like, I just don't really care. I was doing the tying, like I was doing the bun for a while at work. I just kind of stopped because I feel like now if I do the bun plus this beard, well, now it's full-blown hipster.
all you need is a fucking big glasses.
Yeah, but so fuck that. So now I'm like, okay, I'll keep my hair down. It's just that at the same time, like I know that there's certain higher ups in the company that they have a bit of the old school mentality, and I know what they're thinking. They will never say it to me, but I just know what they're thinking.
Oh, of course.
And the reason for this is because I remember a couple of years ago. I'm not going to even mention the person in the which position or anything, just in case, right? So I'm not going to mention any names, nothing. But they have a higher positions. And they were talking with this other guy. And this other guy was someone. He was someone big. He was someone of importance. Okay. But he had a goatee.
Okay.
A goatee, but like a little bit longer, and he had long hair. And the guy, I think, he went to the bathroom or whatever. And I was at this dinner table and I heard these guys talking about him. Like, I don't understand. Look, why does he look like that? The guy's got money, and why does he look like that? And he started almost like bashing him behind his back. And I'm thinking to myself, they don't realize I'm sitting at the table because I was in the corner. I was with my I guess the people that were more on my level, but I had overheard and I had overheard them saying, yeah, well, why are, you shouldn't be look like that and whatever. And so it's been since then it made me self-conscious, because I'm sure I could potentially maybe lose out on future promotions or something just because of how I look.
100%, man. Like this is why I did it. Like I wanted to make sure that I can get something quick and I wouldn't lose good opportunity because of the way I look. Like, want it or not, long hair for some people. I don't want to say most, exactly. But for some, maybe there's 1 out of 10 that because of that you won't get it. But other people, like I've at other job when I got promotion. Yeah. The guy was my dad's age,
right?
So he was able to relate to long hair,
right?
Because he had long hair when he was younger, so he didn't really care anymore.
Didn't really care,
Yeah. But in business where you're client oriented and client that they see you, sometimes the long hair thing for some people it doesn't work. You have to look a certain way to make sure that you fit, and they don't want clients or their boss to talk about your fucking hair,
right?
Like we just want their business. Like, you shouldn't be an issue, So that's, some people think that way.
Yeah, it's interesting because the older owners, like the original owners of the company that I work for, now they own like another company. Dano works there, and you see, like, they didn't care, despite how clean cut they are. And like you would never catch them doing anything like out of the ordinary, or even some things that we probably wouldn't even consider out of the ordinary that they would probably consider out of the ordinary. They didn't care what a person looked like. And, like I remember Dano, when he was looking around, he was thinking, like his beard and all that, like, would this be an issue? But then, like, these guys just hired him. They didn't give a shit, like, at all. They were like, we like diversity. It's more his skill, which that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
it
100%.
shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't be like, just because you look this way that this is bad for business. Like, it shouldn't. But then again, look at us metalheads. Look how many times, dude. I used to even think this also, where it's like, that band, they all got short hair. I'm not gonna bother. Like, but why? It's stupid.
Yeah, but
it's stupid. But it's like, but then again, you have others that have pulled it off. But still, it has that stigma to it, and it's like, anyways.
But yeah, just one last thing for that subject. Like 2 weeks ago, because I work Saturdays now, I walked in, and usually on Saturday I don't put product in my hair, so they're like, like
Einstein hair.
Yeah, exactly. So I walked to the front because I work for this tire distributor. We are linked to some garages, so I just walked to the front of the garage before the shift actually opened, and it was like 7:15, just before the 7:30, and like a girl at the front, she looked at me. It's like, oh shit, you look like shit, I was like, well, same as you, man. I mean, did you sleep much? We kind of both looked the similar way, but I remember telling her, but at least clients not going to see me. I work in the office.
Right.
I mean, who cares what I look like?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, you'll talk to me on the phone, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, for someone that's customer facing, you kind of have to look a certain way. Like, obviously before
But it depends on the clientele.
Yeah, but
right?
still,
if you work in a tattoo parlor, for example, like, it would be silly if the guy doing your tattoos or girls, he like doesn't look the part, you might say. It's like, she doesn't have to, but I think it does give her or him more legitimacy.
Yeah, of course. Like, I mean, obviously, like, by the time we opened the door, she looked better. Like, once, like anyone, once work started, you kind of get into a zone, and she fixed herself because she just walked in, and we were both like, oh fuck, we both look like shit. But to me, I'm in the back. Who cares?
It's funny you say this, because this reminds me of a story about Rick Flair. So Rick Flair has never missed a match apparently in his like 40 years of whatever it was that he was wrestling. And so there was this one story, I don't remember where I heard this. It might have been on the Steve Austin podcast or someone. They were talking about Ric Flair. And he said, so at one time in WCW, Ric Flair had like just overdone it with the drinking and everything, showed up, hungover. The guy like was like, don't talk to me. He was just like, he was there. He needed help getting in his wrestling gear. He was like fucked. And then it was like, I think it was about 10 minutes before, he had to go out. He's like, get me some Tylenol and some coffee. And takes that. And it was like, it's a minute before he has to go on. And this is live. It's Monday Nitro.
Wow.
And, and he's just like, no, whatever. And they come tell him, like, you're on in 30 seconds. He gets up. He, like, kind of does a little stretch thing. his music plays. He walks out the thing and he's woo.
Nice.
He does the whole match, gets backstage and is back to like, oh man.
Well, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Right?
so nobody knew that he was hungover, like on live TV.
That's amazing. It's like fucking your persona. Like, who cares what you feels like when you hits the thing?
Yeah.
They have to be good at that because I'm pretty sure wrestler, man, sometimes they have to. Some of them are at least maybe more back in the days. They party around,
Oh
man.
yeah,
And,
back in the days, man, they partied way more than they do
but
now.
maybe because I was too young to understand, but I never thought like Razor Ramon was like, oh man, he was partying, because for me it was Razor Ramon, you know, and he was doing his thing. I'm pretty sure backstage it was a different story, but
Probably.
But man, no, these are good. They're good actors for that, man. They hit the spot, man. That's cool.
Yeah, but then you had I think was it Jeff Hardy? No, it was the other one. Matt
Well,
Hardy.
Jeff Hardy, that's a different story, man. He fucked up. He fucked up.
They had to fire him.
Yeah, you saw the match with Sting, right? Where
Yeah.
he just pinned him at the beginning, and dude, this guy was a mess at one point, man.
Yeah, total mess.
Kind of went with his persona, but I mean, that's what happens sometimes. People they don't make the link before personal and character that they have on screen. I think that I don't know if that's what happened with Jeff Hardy, but maybe he was able to get more intense and fucked up because his character was already fucked up. So maybe it fit in, you know.
It's part of that. Like Austin has said it actually a few times too, where he said when, you know, the Steve Austin character is, he's a little aggressive. Yeah, he's like this, but like it basically what reason he was so successful as Stone Cold Steve Austin, it was just his character up to 10. You know, like just as if you're turning the volume up to 10. And then he said he just became where it was starting to creep into his personal life and everything. So he became that character for that particular time just because he was constantly in that mode. And apparently when he would walk to the ring, you know, you wouldn't hear what he was saying, but he was shaking his head and you would see he's like,
he talks,
stuff.
but you don't hear it.
You don't know what he was saying. Apparently he was saying, to get even more in character, he was psyching himself up more for the match and saying stuff, motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up, like, so he was actually cursing, and only people that were like by the guardrail hearing him pass were actually able to hear him cursing and say all this
That's
shit.
fucking amazing. Dude, every time I think of Stone Cold, I think of the guy, because I guess I'm drinking a can. The guy was throwing his beer, man. What a fucking aim that he has.
Yeah.
Man. Dude. Like, he was not close. He was far away.
Yeah.
All that Stone Cold had to do was this.
Just do that, yeah, and he would get the beers.
Like, I remember at Wildwood, at one point on the beach, we're trying to do that when we're in the water. Like, we never throw the beer correctly. You know? It was always a fail, man.
Well, to give us some, you know, I mean, probably it's because, one, we were already drunk, and we hadn't slept.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So that could have been a factor. And you're in the water, you know, with waves.
I remember when we did Stone Cold at the beach. See, again, I have to fucking wipe my stash. But at the beach, I remember us throwing beer like Stone Cold and try to drink like Stone Cold. But it looks easier than what it is, man, you know? Because, and I remember, I don't know with who. At one point, I think, was it Mick Foley or Edge? I don't remember. Because he smashed the 2 beers and he drinks them.
Yeah.
So I remember in an interview, I heard that the other guy was super drunk because he was drinking the same amount of beer as Stone Cold, but really drinking them. So let's say he did this with 8 beers, but he technically maybe took 2.
Yeah.
The other guy that was in the ring took 8 beers. You know, I don't remember who it was. I heard that in an interview. He was like, man, I was drunk in the beer. I took like 8 beers in 2 minutes. You know, Stone Cold, he said, you know, like I get foam. You know, I don't get much.
He would get like a few gulps in there, but because of the way he did it, it was like, dude, like most of the beer went on the floor.
Yeah,
and on
exactly.
his face.
Yeah, that was a good show though. That was very fun, man.
Yeah,
fucking wrestling.
Before you got here, you went to the gas station.
Yeah,
and you were telling me something about that chocolate bar.
Fuck yes, dude. I walked out the cash. You know, like how they positionize stuff at the gas station, right? Just before chocolate bar.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking white chocolate lover, and
nasty.
You don't like that?
I hate white chocolate.
Anyways, I just wanted to talk about this fucking chocolate bar, and I want to try it, man, because Oreo white chocolate. This has to be something.
Wait, Oreo? I thought it was Aero. Oh,
Oreo? Okay. I don't know. En français, on dit Oreo.
Oreo. Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, it's true. You would say that in French.
So all I want, it's just my 30-second. If you don't mind, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
You don't like white chocolate?
No, at all.
Apparently, it's not even chocolate. I don't
know. It's not. Maybe that's, you know what? I didn't know that until recently.
So far, it smells the same.
Wait, that doesn't look like white chocolate.
But the inside is.
Oh, that's how they do it.
Oh yeah.
It just looks nasty.
It smells the same, so the smell it's kind of misleading.
Okay.
You want to try it?
No. No, thank you. And what is the verdict?
I love it.
Really? Disaster.
It doesn't taste that much different.
I'm sure it's sweeter. It has to be sweeter.
It's naturally flavored.
Get the fuck out of here. It's naturally flavored.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's good. It's good. It's better than the mint one.
Oh, you don't like minted chocolate? I love minted chocolate.
But I'm a white chocolate fan.
Oh, fuck that.
Anyways, man.
I mean, it's either brown or black.
But I like that better than the original. Yeah. It's very subtle. It's great. Yeah. Something else I want to talk to you about, John.
Yeah.
We're talking about the mustache before.
Yeah.
Rosemary hates it. You know why?
Why?
Because every time I kiss her,
I could see that.
It fucking
yeah, like it pokes her.
It pokes her.
Yeah.
So she was kind of telling me, not that it was her first kiss, but it was like kissing somebody else kind of thing. You know, like the first time I had the full stash and I kissed her, she was like, "That's kind of weird, man. It's like if I'm not kissing you." So it made me think about my first kiss. And I want to talk to you about this. I don't know why.
I want to talk to you about
I've been looking at you, John, and I just want to, you know.
Really?
No.
What would you like to know?
I just want to tell my story. I think I was, when you go to high school, you're like 12, 13? 14?
You're 12. You're 12. Yeah,
12.
You're 12 going on 13, basically.
So I was 11.
Right.
There was that older girl that she was kind of into my brother. So my brother's 3.5 later. So she was maybe 14. So at 14, 15-ish.
Wait, your brother's older?
Yeah, he's older.
Okay.
Yeah. So at that age, you're kind of more in tune with maybe kissing already, guys. You know, like yeah, exactly. You know, you're kind of more aware of what it is, right? I mean, I don't think you do French kissing at that age. At 11, I would say, but maybe at 14, 15, yes. You know, and for some reason, she went from being into my brother and to being into me.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
And you were 11?
Yeah, I was 11.
Holy shit.
So I remember at one point, I was not getting pressure, but people were telling me, "Oh man, you know, like she wants to kiss you, like she's into you." Me, I'm 11. I was like, "What is it?" You know?
Yeah.
Then another guy that she was friend with her, I remember going to his house, and he was trying to teach me how to kiss, but not like touching me, but just you know, mouth to mouth. You do the tongue thing,
right.
You know. So anyways, so at one point I remember I was lighting in the grass in school and she was over me, but I mean, the scene was not, "Hey baby, let's get over me." Like she went over me and I remember her head bending down on me, like she tried to want to kiss me. Then I just like kind of rolled over and left, you know, because I don't want to kiss her. In my head I was like, it's kind of fucked up, you know. I was 11, but I knew it wasn't right. And I remember at one point in my room, before that, my mom kind of knew there was something wrong, and she came to my room. And she said, "Jonathan, like, what's wrong? You know, I kind of noticed something's bothering you." I said, "Oh, there's nothing." But anyway, just to put you in perspective, give you the angle of where I'm going, because this is the coaching I had was that guy in his house telling me, "You open your mouth," and literally went, just went like this, you know. So I thought that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I think a year or 2 years later, when I was in high school, was it grade 7 or 8? No, first year of high school, get my first girlfriend, right? So it was kind of more like you know, like first girlfriend, right? It was more than just like I hold your hand and I kiss you, let's go, like, you know? Yeah. So my first kiss with her, man, remember a year before that, all I knew was that little coaching with that guy in his house, putting his tongue. So when I was in my friend's basement, it was kind of getting it on for that age for a girl. And I remember I was on the second floor and we went downstairs. We totally disturbed them. He told me after that, like, "Why did you came there?" You know, I think it was kind of having his way to her shirt or something.
Yeah.
No, we were young. So anyway, so I went downstairs. I kissed her, dude. Most horrible kiss ever.
You must have slobbered all over her.
Not even. It was the teeth. That was the issue here. Because I think I went like this, like, you know. Oh, dude, like that contact that I had with her teeth. Then you try to recover from that. So just imagine like, then you go like,
You know, it's funny.
And just, like she went like this, like it was so fucking bad. Then it just stopped there, and it stopped there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I remember later on that night walking her to the bus, and that was it.
There was no kiss?
No, that was it. Then the next day, we see each other at school, blah, 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 blah. Then we kind of talk about it, Then I kind of had to tell her, I never really kissed someone before, but you're there like you're 12, you're 13, I don't remember. I thought it was the right thing to do, but I didn't want her to laugh at me because she had a boyfriend before me.
Right. I was going to ask you, she had a boyfriend before you.
She had like a boyfriend before me, and she had kissing experience.
Right.
And I did it. So anyway, so the second time we tried it, from there, I guess just the natural instinct just kicked in and it worked, But dude, like, I think my teeth still hurt from that contact. Like, to be honest, man, it was so fucking awful.
It's funny you say that because it's happened with two girls, but this is not even. One is pretty recent. Pretty recent. Pretty recent, as in, let's say, in the last 2 years. Okay. Where I don't know what it was. Our teeth kept contacting each other. And like we were kissing, and that was a big thing. I was like, why are our teeth constantly contacting each other? It was bothering me. It was and like 15, 20 seconds later, and it's like, what the fuck? And then since then, it was like, just never saw her again. It was one of those Tinder things. And then the other thing was, and then another time was this fucking years ago, I think. Might have been even before I met Armin. So this is like a long time ago. It was probably, I was either straight out of high school or still in high school. And I remember kissing someone, and she had horse teeth. Like, it was horse teeth. And yeah, it was, I remember that also. It was like constant, like, the teeth hit.
Man.
The teeth hit. And I don't know what it is, why that was, but it was just maybe our mouths were not compatible.
Maybe that's what it is, man.
Maybe that's what it was. But in your case, it could have also been the inexperience.
I was a bulldozer, man. Like, I was fucking Skeletor trying to take a bite of an apple or something like that, and I missed the mark. You know,
for me, the first kiss, I actually don't remember which one it was.
Okay.
There's two memories that I have of it, and I can't remember. Actually, no, I'm thinking I know which one it is, actually, because I remember hearing a guy in grade 6 talk about kissing, and I remember him saying that the when you twiddle your thumbs, the way that your thumbs twirl, your tongues have to do that. So I remember thinking that. So now I remember being at a house that I was invited to, and the whole goal was to spin the bottle.
Okay, nice.
That was grade 6 or something.
That's amazing.
Shit. Yeah. There was like a bunch of girls, a bunch of dudes, and so I can't remember which one was my first one, but I just remember like, well, I'm gonna spin my tongue on whoever I get on, and it was just the weirdest thing. And I remember kissing like 2 or 3 girls, 3, and it was just the weirdest thing for me. And and to me it was like, well, that's just weird, because I remember one of them I didn't even like the way she looked, and I mean, one I thought was decent. The other one was decent too. The two that I really wanted to kiss, I did not get. Dude, it was almost like half the class, I think, was invited to that person's house.
Wow. But
funny.
But just that tongue thing, man, like, I don't know if it's just me, because like from girls I kiss, and with Rosemary now for 9 years, it was 9-year celebration 2 days ago. I mean, it's hard to explain, but I mean, when you're young, it's like you kiss, then you do the tongue thing. I don't really do that anymore. Like it
happens once in a while, but it's like it's different.
Yeah, it doesn't last. Like before, it's like if you don't know what to kiss, you think that's what you have to do, right?
Yeah,
but it kind of fuck that, man. Like, if it goes more than a few seconds, I'm not comfortable with this. Like I
don't mind kissing. Honestly.
No, I don't mind kissing, but I mean, I see myself. Like when people do that, and I remember like when I was getting younger in my 20s, and some girls were trying to do that with me, like I kind of got like annoyed, but if it would last too long, I would kind of switch it around a little. You know what I'm saying? Like,
switch what around? Like stop the kissing?
Yeah, but like you open your mouth, you close it, then you start again. Like
there's always like shit.
Yeah, you alternate. You make it more active. But some people are stationary, like la 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 la. This I cannot stand like la 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 for too long.
La 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 la
la la la la la. Yeah, I just fucking can do it.
How's that beer?
Empty now.
Empty now.
Yeah. Well, John.
Yeah.
Do we have a couple of words to say to me?
Do I have any final thoughts?
Yeah.
My final thoughts. We always have like conversations outside of the podcast, and then we were either when we're doing sound check or whatever, and we never get. And sometimes I even say like, guys, let's save this for the podcast. We have conversations here, like this is what we need. And by the time we get to the podcast, we talk about completely other things. But last week, the way you just like started recording while Vin and I were arguing about shit, and that was kind of cool. And I was gonna say that we had something cool that we were talking about before. I don't remember what.
Christina Aguilera, like about how you always have a music.
Oh, there was that too. I think it was anyways.
But you're right about this, man. Before the podcast, for some reason, I don't know if it's because we kind of get excited. We're just about to start, and we want to say things, so we say them.
But I think it's also just that's like, even when we don't do podcasts, like we always have shit to say to each other. We always have stuff to say, and that was part of the reason why we started these podcasts, right? Was like, well, we have a lot of shit to say, and a lot of times we get people that like to join in or whatever. Yeah. And so anyway, so this is how part of this came up. But yeah, I don't remember what we were talking. There was something else. I know you were saying something about the song, but there was something else we were talking about that I remember feeling like, oh yeah, that's why.
Just before?
Yeah, but it doesn't
Christina
matter.
Aguilera, you were singing that song. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, but it was...
Yeah, man, I don't have any last word to say, man. Fucking buy this chocolate. It's cool to do a podcast with you, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's true.
It is what it is,
just
man.
you and I.
Yeah, man. You know, like... feels good. It feels like a fucking podcast.
And for those watching and listening, remember to add us on iTunes or SoundCloud, and leave us a comment, rate us, do whatever. Even if you don't agree with anything we say, still comment, give us shit if you want. So that's it. So to quote Vin, who is in Poland and in London, I don't remember exactly where he is. He's probably coming back tonight. Either way, to quote him, we only got 2 words for ya. See ya! Motherfucker.